Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lockbeard Random Live number 33. It's Sunday. It's 8:05 p.m. in Central Time, November 7th. And yeah, I think winter's definitely here. Saw some frost. I think it's the first frost I've seen. So it is here. Let's see, we got Timmy Boy in the chat. Welcome. Bigfoot and Non, talk about the dire wolves. Mark Dodman says, good day, Lockbeard. Not missing the start this time, but have some work to do later, so may have to cut my time a bit short. That's okay. Brandy's here. Welcome. Those clowns. Yeah, they showed up at last night's live, and there was little things in the chat here and there, but towards the end, they just started coming at me, and there's the claim that Dee didn't even serve time for the domestic abuse, and then of course they which they already made some comments elsewhere that implied that they were going to do something to me. I don't know if that means violence necessarily, but they've implied something. I don't know enough about the Vic Cundiff situation, but they said last night in the chat that I should ask Vic Cundiff what happens. So whatever happened to Vic Cundiff, from what I've been told, it's harassment. So of like his wife and his kids. So these guys are going to come after women and children, I guess. So it doesn't. If I haven't gathered that there's been any actual violent acts or anything, but harassment. So, which, whatever. But the question is why are they so concerned about me? As Brandy pointed out, I'm not this big channel. I don't have some great influence or anything like that. So why are they worried about me so much that they're coming out? I mean, there was multiple different names in the chat last night there to mess with me. Michael Haywood's here. Welcome. Paula Nally, welcome. Sandra Piper, welcome. Oh, dang, chat's already flying. Was it them, or they hide behind fake names? Well, let's see, we saw Vault. Vault was the main one, I guess. Another name, I forget it right now. It seemed like it was a female. The name was female. Dark Waters was there. And it seems like there was at least one or two others. It's right. They really started coming at the end of the Lockbeard phenomena last night. Jen's here. Welcome. Yeah, Brandy says it was them, Timmy. So I'm just kind of curious. What did they do? What did they do to Vic Cundiff? Vic's channel is growing and double any of theirs. Nothing's happening to Vic. My understanding was there was some harassment, though. Lakaya, yeah, that sounds like it. Yeah. Uncle Bone says, hello, Lockbeard, and Mark Dobman, and Michael Haywood. Yeah, I wasn't necessarily planning on doing anything tonight, but it's not too late, and Timmy wanted to, say some things to me concerning Vic. We just come from Harry Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks show. So I don't know if everyone here was there. I really wasn't paying too close attention to the chat. But some of you were there for sure. Jen says, go check out what happened to PRT. Paranormal Roundtable? I mean, I knew, it's been, because I knew some stuff happened over there, but I really don't pay close attention to PRT. So I really don't recall, it just hadn't put it together that was the same. He had the same people to deal with here. Brandy says, Dark Waters Paranormal Roundtable about 4 months back said Vic had been the one meeting with them. But last night, Vault said, talk to Vic about them. The one meeting with them had been the one. Vic had been meeting with them? Or harassing? Harassing. Timmy says, that was Vic doing that stuff to Paranormal Roundtable. So Vic is part of their crew, which is what I originally thought that was the case. I thought Vic was part of their crew, but then I was getting the impression that he was somebody that they had harassed. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what the relationship is here, because I thought Vic couldn't have had some kind of connection with the Dark Waters and DDoSes and all that, but so I'm not sure what's going on with them. Vic has nothing to do with this then. So why are they asking? Why did he say ask Vic Cundiff? I guess I'm not getting it. I don't know. Like Timmy Boy, they one of the things they said was Oklahoma's not that far away or something like that. Like they plan on coming here. Or they're suggesting that they might. I guess they didn't. I don't know. Timmy Boy says they split ways a while back. Now they hate each other. Gotcha. Me either. What the hell is this shit? Now I got, speeding vehicles behind me here through a parking lot. I'm like, seriously, they're already here? So bring it, guys. We've already had the police out here a couple times. We might as well get them out here again. They know the way. Jen says, I'm meaning as an example. You're meaning as an example. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Yeah, so much drama. Well, and like I said to you, Brandy, if their story held if it held water, that he was actually innocent and stuff like that, why would they feel the need to come in my chat and harass me and threaten to come here and do whatever they're threatening to do? And why would they start pulling out the race card? Because they did that last night too. They're using all these. They think they got tools, but they don't. I mean, a lot of people have used the race card every time they don't get their way. They pull that out. They think they got power with that, and they do not have that power with me. If you want to start pulling out race cards, I literally have one because I'm a member of a tribe. So if we want to, where's your card, buddy? I mean, it's just a damn joke to me. When they do that to me, I've had people do that to me before, and it's just like, you ain't got nothing, dude. All you're doing is showing your hand. You're showing your hand that you haven't got a leg to stand on. So the only thing you can do is just make unfounded claims about me being discriminatory or some shit. Yeah. It's just crazy. Jen says the drama and harassment that whole thing took on. Michael says that was bad timing. What was? The vehicle in the parking lot? Yeah, probably. There is a crazy dude that lives over here, though, that comes over here, and man, that dude's either like on all kinds of drugs or he's just crazy, man. I don't know which just yet. But yeah. Michael Haywood says, what does this mean? What do you mean? I don't understand. Timmy Boy says, bro, it is so pathetic to try and intimidate people over the internet. If these bitches were men, they would just show you. Bro, don't even sweat it. The worst thing they can do is call you names. Yeah, I know. I just, I'm just wondering, because I'm not really familiar with the whole Vic Cundiff. I mean, I've heard the name, and I know there were some issues over at PRT, but I'm really not familiar with all of it. And then they show up in my chat causing shit. So, and I don't want to. I don't want to deal with their bullshit. Vault says he's been trying to contact me and stuff like that, and he left a message in the comments. Anything he wants to say, just put in the comments. But I think he's afraid to put it in the comments. Whatever because he's going to spin a load of bullshit. I guarantee it. You know, I don't want to talk to him. You know, there's been no reason. We've had no interaction before this, and all of a sudden, you know, I do that show about D, and here comes Vault at me out of nowhere, wanting to talk to me like he's gonna give me the real story or something. Dude, I see him over there talking all friendly to D. You know, they're buds. They're part of the same crew. You know, he's going to defend D no matter what bullshit D did. Brandy says, well, way I see it, they can keep on their merry freaking way. You did your show. It's done. They can fuck off. Exactly. And, you know, I'm going to have to address this again now, you know, like if they wanted the best thing they could have done is just made themselves scarce and not mess with me. But now they've messed with me. So that means I got to, you know, talk about this again. I got all this stuff, these messages, and I'm like, you know, they're coming on that video or that live stream in the comments and dropping comments, and the comments go to my email, and then they delete the comments. You know why they delete the comments? I think they don't want most people reading their comments because they know they're bullshit. And then like someone commented in there, why are you deleting comments? I'm like, dude, I haven't deleted one comment. You guys are just full of shit. And that's the whole thing. Like that was just another level of being full of shit. Whoever that is came in there, said I'm deleting comments, has again shown their hand. They're full of shit. They're liars. And they're showing it every time they show up. They're showing us that they're liars. The worst thing they could have done, if they wanted to just kind of blow over, they should have just not showed up. But now they're showing up and not letting it blow over. I mean, what the hell they think they were going to accomplish bothering me? Probably best to ignore them all. Brandy says he's playing the big bad wolf, thinks he's all powerful. We're not even in that circle. Makes no sense. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, my basic message is we don't want DDoS. You know, there's a certain segment of this cryptid community that doesn't want DDoS back in here. And, you know, I'm just saying social pressure, you know, we don't, you know, sub his channel. We don't watch his stuff and we don't praise him for anything, you know, because it ain't like he's done anything significant anyway, other than make lots of claims. So, but I guess we're just going to go round and round until they figure out that they're not helping themselves by starting shit with me. Because the more this goes on, the more people come aware of their bullshit. And, you know, yeah, they're going to lose support. Brandy said D calls into Vic's show with fake stories. Yeah. Barry Brownie's here. Welcome. Let's see. Brandy says, I think we should have a Viking funeral for them and all their comments. Yeah. Best to ignore it all. Well, Yeah, but there. I mean, apparently, I've stirred up a hornet's nest over there, and you know, you get a hornet's nest stirred up, you got your problem. You kind of got to exterminate the hornet's nest. So, if they didn't want me looking at them closer, they shouldn't have done what they've been doing. And now it makes me want to look even closer and see what they've been up to. Which led me to asking about Vic Cundiff, because they brought him up in the chat, and Tim Boy says you more like me. I'd rather just go ahead and smack the shit out of them and deal with the consequences after. Yeah. Just wonder why they are so upset. Because D's been mentioned on other channels here and there. Is it because the show is titled Stop DDoS? Is it just a little too in your face with it or whatever? They don't like that? Because now people, if they search DDoS, they're going to possibly come up with my video. And I hope they do. Because people need to be aware. Before they go over there supporting him, and also I think there may be a degree of I'm another person pushing a more sensible approach to the subject. Don't just buy into every story. Enough of this, enough of this believing all the stories. It's just gone too far. It's like, we need to focus on what actual evidence there is. I mean, if you like listening to stories, that's fine. But, you have so many people, they want to believe so badly in certain things, and they're just gobbling up just whatever garbage and lies they can find. And that's not helping us actually learn more. We're not getting anywhere doing that kind of stuff. So, we need when a hoaxer shows up, they need to be taken down, exposed and taken down and shamed for what they've done. And yeah, so, and then also I think they may be afraid that what I've been saying, that we need to have a more organized approach to these ideas. Outing people for just making shit up, and helping people. It's not just about coming at everybody, but helping people understand that a lot of times your mind can play tricks on you. You're looking into the woods, and your mind is programmed to try to find a face. It's an instinctual thing to help you survive. An enemy could be in the bush, and you need to be damn sure that you identify a face. But the problem is the mind's a little overzealous about it, and a lot of times you'll see faces when there really isn't a face there, which is fine, because if you make a mistake and there isn't a face there, well, you're not going to die because of that. But if you fail to see a face, you could die because of that. So it's programmed into us. And so we got to be very careful, when you're looking into the woods, that you don't, just run with it every time you see a face. If you think you see a face, well, go to it. and see what you're really seeing. Help train yourself to, identify when it's just, it's just sticks or a stump or something that just happen to look a lot like a face from a distance. People like these people, they don't want us putting a strong focus on that line of thought. They want people to let their minds run wild and just believe any story and believe every time they see pareidolia that it's an actual face, because that fuels their business. So why me in particular got such a big response? I mean, it could be a number of, or all those things maybe. Definitely got them stirred up. Yeah, autocorrect. In a perfect world, Timmy boy. Yeah. Michael says, chat thug life. Gangsta drive by. Yeah. Gangstas. Timmy says, but we supposed to be better than that. But I have a particular skill set that can be used to dig up a little dirt. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire. Part of the issue here is I think that they're trying to intimidate me. They're trying to scare me. And this, a lot of people are just going to be like, you know what? I'm just not going to deal with this. And I don't like that because these guys are getting away with it. And somebody has to not let them get away with it. And so if I'm going to be one of the people that engages, then let's do this. And these guys, who knows how many people they've probably literally terrorized up until this point, scared them into being quiet. We're not going to be quiet anymore. So keep on coming in my chat, guys. Keep on. You're just drawing more attention to your bullshit. Paula says, yep, smoke out the hornet. Yeah. Let's see. Get all the highs in there. Timmy says, so D and Volt and Dark had dropped a considerable amount of money in Dogman cams. D was to run it, and it launched the day after D went to jail. So they now are scrambling to recoup the money. Well, they probably need to be spending more time working on that instead of wasting time messing with me. It's not like I've been showing up in their chats stirring crap, and even if I did, they could just block me. So, yeah. Brandy says, I hate that word. What word's that? I'm not sure what word you're referring to. Talking about gangsta? Or, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about specifically. So, yeah. This is all ridiculous, but I'm not going to I don't necessarily, I did think that there would have to be another time we talk about D, but apparently it's going to be a lot sooner because Well, they've pushed the issue. They've showed up and want to start trouble. So, and making these threats, these threatening comments, and so it's got to be answered. So they want more attention. They're going to get it. Pareidolia. Why do you hate that word? Sounds like a lot has happened in the 2 weeks I was gone. Yeah. Well, the DDoS has supporters, and they don't like that I did that live stream about DDoS. So, yeah. You can see some of the crap they said right at the end of the chat on my live stream last night. Just it was ridiculousness. That one person trying to call me a racist and stuff. That's it's just an insane. It just that's that kind of thing just amazes me still. Like, if someone, you criticize someone, they think that they think that all they gotta do is call you a racist, and suddenly that's like a magic word. Is it it's gonna banish you or make you stop? Or I never mentioned anything about anyone's race. I talked about criminal acts. I don't give a shit what race you are. If you're choking a woman, you're a piece of shit. I'm sorry. You've committed a crime. Michael says, we fell apart without you, Barry. Barry says, I'll watch it later tonight. I missed it. Yeah. Yeah, they like, I don't know what Dark Waters was up to. Like he didn't really say anything. He just put a little period every so often in the chat. I don't know if he thought he was, intimidating with me. We're watching you, sucker. I don't know what his issue was. Vault was the one that was the most verbal. Barry says, laughing madly out loud, Michael, I doubt it. Michael says, well, we did miss you. Where were you at, Barry, for 2 weeks? Did you go on vacation or something? Yeah, I don't want it to be winter. But I guess it's here. Timmy Boy says, what's the best way to get clicks on your channel drama? So they had a year to spin the story and fool some people. But if you tell the truth on your channel about D, you could mess up the money. Yeah. Well, too bad. I guess that's all I can say is too bad. I mean, maybe, maybe they should have, they should have known. They should have known people were going to have a problem with D returning. It ain't like I was the first person to say anything about it. And what they should have done is just told D, say, look, we just don't think it's a good idea for us to be associated with you. It's just gonna be too much bad press on that matter. It's going to hurt the channel. But instead of and of course that would just be self-preservation. That's not even being ethical. They should make the decision based on ethics, but they're not even going to do that. So Brandy says it's all bullshit, and I guess it's not going to go away. Sure, one of them is lurking right now. Oh, I'm sure they are. But they're wasting their time. I mean, I guess they could make some more hateful comments in my chat, whatever. And if y'all don't want to see that shit, just go ahead and block them if you want to block them. I'm going to keep screenshotting their threatening comments and their lies, and probably show it to y'all at some point. But also, it's good to have all that stuff because let's say one of them douchebags shows up here and does something that's a criminal act. Well, I'll have this all this material to show the authorities, right? Say, look, these guys have been threatening me. This is what's going on. Here's all the screenshots. Yep. Barry says, well, I missed everyone as well. I left my phone on my truck bumper after work one day and drove off. I've been meaning to get a laptop forever, but still haven't. Timmy Boy says, let's take a poll. Who thinks this goes any further than name calling? Probably won't go any further than name calling. If it does, I guarantee they're going to be sorry. So I suggest they back the fuck off. Brandy says everything they're doing now is just showing their true character. It looks worse on them. Yeah. Yep. So let them keep doing it. Just let them keep doing it. I don't think there's any takers on your poll, Timmy. Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy last night, but I wasn't really responding to. I don't think I responded at all. I don't think I responded at all at the end. I was just screenshotting shit as the outro was playing. So whatever, guys. Mark says, without their keyboards, their courage would not exist. Probably so. And they want everybody. They're trying to make people afraid of them. Freaking Dark Water sending me that link to a YouTube video. It's a music video, is what it was. That was titled "You Don't Want War" or whatever. Well, no, I don't. I don't want war. I just want it stated clearly that someone with D's criminal record is just not someone we need in the cryptid community. And even beyond that, I don't think he's ever, contributed anything of any real significance. He's just perpetuating the dogman belief. And that's something that, and I know some people swear up and down they've seen it. Maybe they just thought that's what they were seeing. I don't know, but I don't see the evidence for Dogman. So I don't see enough to say Dogman's probably out there like Sasquatch. It's just not there. Just lots of claims. Timmy Boy says, cowards. They not about that tough talk. 99% of people who tell you what they're going to do are cowards. Let's just curb stomp them. Well, hopefully it don't come to that. Hopefully they just go away. Focus on your damn channels, guys. Because the only thing they accomplished last night was harming their channel. That's the only thing they accomplished. Metaphorically speaking, we're gonna internet curb stomp them. Well, maybe. Stevie B's here. Hello. How's it going? What did you miss? Well, we were talking a little bit about the DDoS crew showing up at my chat last night and saying a bunch of stupid things that I screenshot. Because they might delete them, they might delete those. I don't know if they can or not, but they probably would. They might, because those guys that they've been making comments on my live stream I did about DDoS a couple weeks ago, and they'd make a comment and then delete it. Like there's been a bunch of those comments that were made but deleted, but they come to my email, so I got them all. But yeah, just crazy. Haven't seen them tonight though, but if they've been listening to me, maybe they were starting to think that all they did was harm themselves last night. They come into my chat and make yet again comments implying that they're going to do something to me. What that is, if it's violence or harassment or whatever it is, they made that implication, which they've already done before. And then one of them was trying to call me a racist for talking about DDoS and his crimes. And those things, I think, show that they don't have a leg to stand on when they're defending D. And that's why they got to stoop to those levels of trying to intimidate me and scare me and threaten to do things to me and accuse me of racism. These are the tactics of someone that doesn't have a leg to stand on. Barry says, Michael, I also got a new Catahoula puppy. He's deaf, so I'm having to work a lot with him. He's as hard as I am, and it hasn't been easy. Sandra, hi, how are you? CBB says, Lockbeard, do they know? Do they know? Do they not know you? Yeah, and I said as much a while ago. It's like I did figure there would have to be the DDoS situation would have to be revisited sometime, but now it's all they've done is encourage me to do something sooner, because now I got these comments and screenshots of those chats last night, things showing what they are, what these people really are like. They're not, they're trying to defend D, they're trying to claim he didn't actually do it, everything they can to twist it, and they're threatening me, and they are accusing me of racism. Most people that have, that are logical people are going to see all this and say, yeah, these people are just, they're full of shit. And, they haven't got a leg to stand on. Michael says, Barry, glad to hear that you'll work it out with your new buddy. Timmy Boy says, you should see the shit people say to me online. See, to me, this whole online shit is Wonderland. They'll never see that shit or say that shit to me in reality. I say we just let them know let them know what we think about it. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. It's just, I've seen 1,000 of these types before. We'll see many more. It's just, good days and bad days. But yeah, you have a lot of people online, they'll make these violent threats. If you ever saw them in person, most of them, you'd be like, yeah, this guy's all talk. And they're mad just because I say there should be social repercussions for D in the cryptid community. That we should make sure that people know, because I think a lot of people just don't know. A lot of people that are showing up over at their channel and commenting, and that they don't know the history. Now, some of them they know, but they don't seem to care, or they bought into the cover story that they did. If you saw that, where D kind of explained himself or whatever, but yeah, one day at a time for sure. CBB says. CB says it's easy to hide behind a keyboard. Yeah. And this is kind of one of those issues, like what I was talking about last night, is human communication in the natural sense is always meant to be, in person, right in front of each other, and people behave differently in person than what they do online, and a lot of people just get wild. They threaten, like these guys are threatening me. Wait, who knows? Maybe they would in person too. I don't know, but I think a lot of people. I think we all know a lot of people they become these keyboard badasses, and this isn't healthy for our society. So Yep. Timmy Boy says, I'm going to find out some shit, bro. I hate a bully, even if it's a wannabe bully. Yeah. Well, I just feel like they're getting away with some bullshit at this point, that they've gotten away with intimidating others. I really feel like some people want to say something but haven't because of fear or what these guys might do to them. So we need to do something about that. Steve B says, I swear I just said the same thing. Communication needs to improve in this world. It would damn sure make for a better place. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know if we're going to be able to turn that back without something happening to all of our technology. We're going to keep using technology more and more. And, where this goes in the future, I mean, it's, I don't think a lot of people are even prepared to imagine, direct mind-to-mind communication, effectively psychic communication through technology. It's a very real possibility, and probably a lot sooner than a lot of you may be thinking. We already have the ability to do some level of brain-computer interface. I mean, years ago they had a monkey with they put one of these BCI devices in the monkey and attached the monkey to a robotic arm. And it took the monkey time to learn how to operate the arm, but the monkey did learn how to communicate to the robotic arm with his brain to, grab stuff for him. So, that's just going to be some next level shit that's coming. And, I just don't know. We can't possibly know what to expect, but what we can say for sure, I think, is that every time we step out of the natural condition in a new way, it has negative side effects, physical and mental. Stevie B says, sad, but seems like it's just going to get worse. Yeah. Hiveless Bees here. Welcome. Tim Boy says, they will not fuck with the beard as long as I'm here, my brother. Well, I'm glad to have some backup, man. Because D sure seems to. Oh, Volt seems to love him, and Dark Waters, and I just don't get it. Like they're trying to deny that he even did it. It's crazy. And the fake god will be the AI god, maybe called Ball. Let's see here. You will preemptively reprogram it via my YouTube channel. Well, good luck with that. Who knows how things will go with AI. maybe it turns out really good. Maybe we're worried about nothing. I don't know if you. I mean, it sounds like. I mean, if you guys watch science fiction and stuff, but really, like you need to read the prequels to the Dune saga. I mean, I'm sure most people are familiar with Dune, but the not the House Atreides and House Harkonnen and House Carino, but the older the Butlerian jihad story, and that's when humanity got taken over. Humanity was like spread over like thousands of worlds. Humans were everywhere, and they created AI, and the AI got out of control, and there was a central AI mind that controlled all the robots, and they would, like, these ships would go from planet to planet to planet in one big, just circulate all the time, updating the central mind on each planet with the from the planets before. So it had to keep updated like that. And they enslaved humanity. The robots enslaved humanity. And there was a big war. And I don't think there's ever been any science fiction story written that had more human death in it than the Butlerian jihad. Now, in the end, humans overcame them and wiped them out, and then they had a law called it was called "Thou shalt not make a machine in the image." I'm not going to say it right. Thou shalt not make a machine in the image of a human mind. This is basically, we're not going to do AI ever again. It's bad juju. Let's see. Catch up in the chat here. Starting to get away from me again. The Bat Mom's here. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know. You weren't there last night, were you? I don't think. When the bad people showed up in my chat and trying to start crap at the end. Jen says, Stevie, I'm good. How are things going with you, hon? Yeah, I watched that. Watch the rest. Not mega impressed, but will explain to you in my next live. Skip over some of the hellos. Michael Haywood says, I saw Sling Blade, Lawnmower Man's cousin. Mm-hmm. Biscuits and mustard. There's a money connection because Dart tried to buy the channel when Dee went to jail, and Batmom is a big thorn in their ass. I know she's on board. Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of amazing to me that they think this is going to help them at all to harass me and threaten me and accuse me of being racist. Are you guys serious? There's so many bad people. Well, Dark Waters and Vault and all them. Must be watched on LSD, yeah. Steve B says, Jen got casted this past week. Tomorrow I find out when I go to get fitted for my new fits. Any day now. Thorn in the ass. Usually say thorn in their side, but that works too, I guess. You said you missed it. Well, I mean, I'm sure you can see it. I mean, I don't know. They might have deleted all their comments in the chat, because that's what they've been doing with their comments, below the video of that night we did that live stream. They've been making these comments and then deleting them. So, I mean, I'm sure they know that I still see them in the email, and I still have all the emails. But they delete the comments, maybe because they don't want people to see what they're saying, or, because, it ain't, it really don't look good on them. So, whatever. But you might still be able to, if they didn't delete any of their chats last night, they'd still be there. Most of it was at the end. Jamie Boy says, no one said they're smart, Lockbeard. Yeah. Yeah, no one said that. Jen says, DB, can't wait to see a video of you out there having fun. That's the problem. They think they're smarter than everyone else. The Batman says, I would have loved to have said something. Brandy had a few choice words for him. She addressed them. Jim Boy says, most dumbasses think that they're smart. Yeah. That mom says, dark talks and riddles, but none of the riddles make any sense. Yeah. CB says, for sure, Jen Moog took pictures and video of the casting and will probably be the one to take me to get fitted and first steps. Yeah. She's pretty fucking awesome. I didn't really respond to him at the end. I just let him run, but I was just trying to make sure I could get the screenshots, because I don't know how quickly, if they delete their stuff, if it's going to come off right before my eyes or just when I reboot or when I reload or something. So I just made sure and got it screenshot before it disappeared. And because they really started hammering in during the outro music, is when they really started. Well, a little bit before that, but yeah. Although throughout the chat there was the occasional, like Dark Waters would just put a period. He'd just comment a period. So, I don't know if he thinks he's intimidating me or what. What was his name? Thought for sure I had Darkwater's name somewhere. Like his real name. Like, who is this guy? Hold on just a second. I'm sure I got it somewhere. Where is that name? Oh, there it is. Frank Williams. Yeah. Yep. I guess that's his name. Steve B, he's a great best friend to have. Talk about Mogs. Timmy Boy says, Batmom, I would like to promote anything you have going on. Let's just give them your best shot to bury D. Well, we just got to keep the pressure on. Apparently, they want more of it, so because they come looking for shit. So, okay, let's do this. But definitely want to put a stop to their intimidation. Whoever else they're intimidating, I'm sure they've done it to other people. If they're doing it to me, they've probably done it to other people, and it may have succeeded for them with those other people. No, guys, it's not going to work here. In fact, I'm going to, the more they push at me, the more I'm just going to push back. They're just getting more of that negative attention by coming at me. So, whatever, let's do this. Batmom says to Timmy Boy, message me. Well, kind of started getting ready for winter. Saw some frost 2 nights ago. So, and it got down to, it had to be, it was 30. I think it got down to 30. And unfortunately that night, the van was not working. I couldn't start it. And I hadn't pulled out my winter blanket or my propane heater yet. Although I could have taken care of that pretty easily and quickly, but I'm stubborn. So I just accepted that it was cold. Accepted that it was 30 degrees. But anyway, and the van's fixed now. So, but today I went ahead and pulled out my winter blankets and my propane heater. So I'm ready to go on that if it gets real cold. But usually when I'm under one of these blankets, I'm like perfectly comfortable with no heat. It has to get pretty cold before I start really needing any kind of heat. 30 degrees is not cold. Let's see. Tim Boy says, how much of a badass are you when you wait for the end music to talk shit? Hilarious. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that was about. Because they were like, there was these little periods here and there from Dark Waters. And I don't think he ever said anything else but comment a period. So I don't know, man. Batman says, Stevie, what was Moog's comment that I was on Prozac about? He said he was joking, but didn't look like it. Says, I'm going to say goodnight. Early morning, lots to do tomorrow. Peace and love, Lockbeard and chat. You too. Stevie B. Jen says, winter could be happy with a little snow for Christmas Eve and morning, then be done. Yeah. I just don't feel like dealing with it this winter. I don't feel like dealing with winter this winter. I mean, if it ever gets below 25, then it'll be like no big deal, but like that's no big deal at all. I'll still be running around in flip-flops some of the time. Yeah, his last show. CB didn't see that, I guess. She don't know. Sweet dreams. CB says I was dozing during his last show. Must have missed that. Jen says, but he's got you talking about it, Lockbeard. So to them, it's probably a win. It's not, but you know what I mean. Maybe. You know, I don't know. You know, if they think this is a win, I mean, because I wouldn't be. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be talking about D right now. You know, at all, because it's just piled back because I got other shit to do, and you know. Like there's a particular case I want to tackle, but I just need more preparation for it. And it's going to piss some people off, but they're not going to be able to deny the facts. And, you know, it's unfortunate because, you know, some people, they've, when you've had conversations with a person and maybe you've had them on your show and you thought they were legit and it turns out that they aren't 100% legit. And there's, you know, that can be shown to be the case. You know, sometimes people take it personally and they can't deal with it. They can't separate, you know, they can't separate themselves from that situation. They're invested. They're invested. And maybe they feel like it makes them look bad, you know, because they were associated with this person. You know, you got to just admit that maybe somebody pulled the wool over your eyes a little bit. You know, how are you supposed to know? I mean, because really, how are you supposed to know a lot of this stuff? You kind of have to dig enough to be able to find, you know, because it isn't always right there in your face. But, yeah. But yeah, I wasn't planning on doing any more on D very quickly. Eventually, yeah, you know, and just it needs to be kept. This issue needs to be kept alive. Like you know, just because there's just people that don't know, new people to the subject. You know, they don't know, and you know, and if they do find out and they go over there to Dark Waters or wherever, they're going to get the cover story. And, you know, I just don't think we should let it just be swept under the rug. But, I just wasn't planning on dealing. I didn't know I'd be talking about this soon. It's just weird that they've been coming at me the way they have. The best thing they can do is just be quiet and let it blow over, but that's not what they're doing. Jen says, Jen, I want to know. Never mind. He thought Jen said that. Moog's already asleep. Fair enough. Batmom says, I just don't like people saying anything untrue about me. They can call me anything they want, but not lies. Yeah. Something coming down the pipeline on all of them? Wonder what could happen. So, like something negative for them? Maybe they're getting some legal repercussions for some of their threatening behavior. I don't know. Having some problems with this pilot chair up in here. Got it kind of situated, but I need a new one, I guess. I don't know. I haven't tried to open it up and see just how the hell I broke it. Maybe it's something I can fix. But this thing is definitely screwed up. How long we been on? Hour and a half almost. Aotearoa Cryptids is here. Welcome, man. He says, Kia ora, Lockbeard, and everyone in chat. I'm currently on the West Coast, South Island, Hast Pass, and Mount Aspiring, very inhospitable wilderness, World Heritage Site. Cool. You're out in the wilderness and you got some signal. That's something. Seems like we haven't seen a lot of you lately. Batmom says, yeah, it's truth on multiple fake researchers and hosts. Anyone seen the shorts from Anonymous Yeti? No, I haven't. Patrick Vaughn says, it's the time change, LOL. The time change. Hey, welcome to the chat, Patrick. Yeah, so, well, and also, like it's Batmom also, I'm reminded that Pat from Squash Talk, he was there and he was giving them some what for too. So, it was kind of funny. It was good to see people willing to tackle them. So yeah, I don't know, how we fully take this little gang down, They certainly seem to think they're a bunch of gangsters. But we'll deal with it. If they keep coming up in my chat, they're just going to make things worse for themselves. So, where is Mr. Lee? I don't know. He's been kind of MIA a little bit lately. Cryptid says on a 3-week road trip up and down the West Coast looking for areas to investigate over summer. Had to get away from the North Island, aka Plague Island. Yeah. They losing their minds because they think there's a plague, or they want people to believe there's a plague. That mom says, I'll have to rewatch. It means so much to have others fight the good fight because police won't do crap. Yeah. You know, a lot of times they don't, you know. And then other times they'll do shit that they shouldn't be doing. It's just like, yeah, and you wonder why some people get a little disillusioned with the police. I could easily be, you know, with some of the bullshit that's happened to me, you know, with police. But, you know, I'm not going to blame all police for that. You know, I've had some police be very nice and you know, it's just you got some bad apples. You got bad apples in everything, right? You know, police, government, Bigfoot community. Why there's a block button? You mean because of them coming up my chat? Well, I kind of a method to my madness there. Because they come in, they say they're bullshit. I screenshot it. What they say can and will be used against them. Maybe in a court of law if they actually pull any bullshit. Like if they actually show up here, there's going to be a court of law involved. Assuming I leave any survivors. What is that sound? Lee was in Bigfoot Odyssey live a couple days ago. I swear I need to deploy security cameras all the way around top of this van because I hear shit. I hear something. And I can't see anything. Oops. So I don't know what's up. Very well lit area though, so I don't actually have to use my cell phone for light right now because they got these lights on me. Timmy Boy says, why would you call the police? It's right in front of you. Go ahead and handle it. Well, you gotta call somebody to come pick up the bodies. I mean, I don't want them laying around here stinking. Bat Mom says, dude, you need to be safe. Are you in Oklahoma? Yes, I'm in Oklahoma. Yeah. Which, that's one of the things they said last night. They said Oklahoma's not that far away, suggesting that they might come here and cause me some problems. Dog man? Is a dog man outside? Patrick Vaughn says, I used to watch that channel, kind of lost interest after the chakra acupressurist Bigfoot expert episode. I haven't seen that. Was that on Bigfoot Odyssey, or are you talking about somebody else? Let's see. Do what the good old boys do with the bodies. Well, hopefully the things don't come to that, but I think we're just dealing with online harassment, and that's about it. And they're just trying to spook me or intimidate me or whatever the hell they're up to. D spending enough time. D's in Carter County. Oh, is he right now? Really? Oh, you mean not in jail, but he's in Carter County, the county. Pigs. The Bigfoot Odyssey expert episodes. I guess I'm not familiar with those. So they had a chakra acupressurist Bigfoot expert. Something sounds familiar about that. Maybe I did see it, but it got like file 13 because it was just so much bullshit that my brain didn't want to remember it. It sounds kind of familiar though. That mom says, yes, that's where we lived. Oh, so that's where he's at now. Tim Boy says, how you intimidate someone over the internet. I mean, if someone really believed that they were going to come and mess with them, I guess there's been some shit that's happened, not with them, but, in general, in the world, but, it's, that's part of the reason why, people shouldn't really, you should try not to reveal exactly where you are, stuff like that. Like I haven't said exactly where I've been camping out at lately, and it could change. There's different places I can go. But yeah. That mom says, LOL. Who knows? He's a frequent flyer member for the jails. Yeah. I guess, am I supposed to think that he's like some kind of hardened criminal badass coming out of jail? Because all I can picture is him bending over to get the soap, but wonder how much he was passed around. That's damn it. Did you? Okay. Do I even have it pulled up? I don't think I have Facebook on. I I don't usually keep it because the Facebook bogs down my freaking computer for some reason. And it did on my other computer too. Like, you wouldn't think that it would be that big of a draw on things, but Facebook, I think there's just so many damn CIA satellites linking up with this shit. you know. Um, yeah. Hold on. Why didn't it pop? Okay, there we go. Y'all just bear with me for just a second. Let's see here. His boys are back. Give me just a moment, folks. Okay. Yep. Patrick says, leave stupid where you find it. It will only drag you down. Bigfoot Anon says, anyone see lamb or antlers yet? Timmy Boy says, hey, he did 12 whole months. He's level 6 thug, brother. That's 12 months is a long time to get your ass pounded by the real thugs up in there. He probably has to wear a diaper now, hold his shit in. Patrick Vaughn says the MIAB is cyber attacking Lockbeard. Probably. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I know. I know I'm on their damn radar because I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before that I've had an encounter with some feds before. It was stupid. It was over some political stuff, but and they said, well, we're closing the file on this. They said, but we want to get a fresh picture of you. I was like, yeah, you're closing the file, but you're getting a fresh picture. Okay, whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Batmom says, you love how he was sentenced to 2 years but got 1. Yeah. Good behavior or something. D had experience with his butt before on purpose. Saw the emails. Oh, he likes it. He likes it both ways, huh? Well, I ain't gonna hold that against him. But that's kind of funny. But I ain't gonna hold that against him. Uncle Bone says, he says a little emoji. Tim Boy says he's not worried about going back because all the stuff that he can fit in his ass to smuggle and he will be king. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Well, you know, they're just going to have to figure out that they got to stop messing with me if they don't want me talking about it anymore. Because I got other shit to worry about and would rather talk about other shit, you know. Um, I mean, I eventually would have. I mean, I planned to eventually talk about D again. I didn't feel like we really did it justice the night we did it, you know. But because I don't think we showed everything on screen, and it was kind of wild and whatever. But Bat Mom says that's like when the Nazis told the Jews that Americans were there and they were going to be freed. So to keep them safe for them to go into this cave, the people were like, "Screw it, we ain't dumb." Huh. So they were trying to trap them in a cave or something and convince them that they were keeping them safe there. Team Boy says, I gotta go, bro, but no, we got your back. See you next live. Thanks a lot, Team Boy, and yeah, we'll see you then. I probably won't go too much longer because I need to wind her down and got work in the morning and yeah. That Mom says, I knew a guy who was there in camp. He told us what happened. Huh. Crazy. Just amazing to me, that that happened. It really happened. That whole war, that whole genocide, it happened. And people, when I've said in the past, it's like, you get people convinced of stuff. You can get people to do really bad stuff and to go along with really bad stuff. If the government convinces you, and we have seen that happening in the last year and a half, haven't we? We've seen it's happening. And I don't know if it's going to get as bad as it happened in that situation, but we are seeing a degree of that happening where I mean, we had the president stand up there and say that this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. He is dehumanizing people, citizens of this country. He's dehumanizing them, labeling them as they are the pandemic. And this is not something. This is not good. This is not good. Man, we don't want to get onto that one. See about message you tomorrow. Cool. Yeah, it was something I'll never forget him telling his story. Such a sad experience. I know that it will happen again. Yeah. And I think it may be, because if you talk to the survivors from World War II, from Nazi Germany, and say, hey, you see some parallels here? What's going on here? People are getting willing to give up their liberty. They're following commands, wear this mask, take this injection. There's people in Germany wearing badges right now. Just like the Jews were required to wear badges, those people in Germany are required to wear badges. Or I think it's a little reversed in the sense that it's I think it's the people that are, it proves you've been vaccinated. Ken has talked about this on his channel, Ken Wheeler, which most of you won't be familiar with Ken Wheeler, but Uncle Bones is. But he said this too. He said, because this is Germany we're talking about, he's like, those people didn't learn anything. And he's right. He's damn right. Yeah. There's something crazy going on. And they're going to call it somewhere else. Like down in Australia, they were building, what are they calling them? Quarantine camps or something. But they're freaking concentration camps. They're preparing to lock a bunch of people up. They've kept people locked up in their homes, and they're, doing everything they can to try and exert this Nazi control over people, using fear of a virus that, as I've explained before, has not been proven to exist. It hasn't. It just hasn't. And I challenge anyone to prove me wrong on that. Do it. Show me where explain to me how those statistics are the way they are. How we were told we were in a full-blown pandemic, but the CDC was like, well, we haven't been able to isolate this thing. Well, if you haven't isolated anything, there isn't anything, right? You can. We've isolated many things before, many viruses before. You can't isolate this one, but yet you claim that not only it exists, but you know what lab it came out of. Okay, I'm calling bullshit on that. The all-cause mortality statistics don't support this the story either. The flu statistics are further indication that they're lying about the existence of this thing. Paying the hospitals thousands of dollars so that they would, be eager to write that C word on everyone's paperwork because they get paid for it, right? It goes on and on. It goes on and on. Telling the CDC, telling the doctors that to just write if someone dies and they have a cough, it's a symptom of the 2020 fraud virus. Write the name of it on the death certificate, and then those went into the statistics that the media then reported on to scare the shit out of you so that you would comply. Wear your mask, slave. Are you people really still buying this load of shit, this lie that they perpetrated on us? I mean, my doctor gave me the test and told me I had it. Therefore, it's real. Really? You trust doctors? After everything so far before this thing happened, you trust the doctors? The Bat Mom says they have nothing to worry about if they're vaccinated. So what's the problem? People are stupid. Yeah. Bat Mom says that's what we are doing. Wearing masks are our badge. Yeah. Yeah. Just like our vaccination cards. Mark Dom says, great show again, Lockbeard. Glad you're okay. Catch you next time. You too, Mark. Thanks for coming. T-Boy says, hold up. They're not telling me I have to get a vac. Hope not, but they want to. They want to try and force you to. And like that whole deal with like all businesses with more than 100 employees, and all that shit, like they're trying to ramp it up to that, but they're having a hard time because there's enough of us out here pushing back, and we need to push back. We need to push back because they're trying to make it where we all submit to an injection anytime the government tells us to. You don't want that stuff in you. I haven't had a flu vaccination since I was a kid, I guess. Decades. I don't freaking need it. My immune system will adapt to the flu, and I'll be better off than the people with. And fuck, half the time people get the flu vaccination, and then next thing you know, they got the flu. I was like, yeah, that really helped you, didn't it? If we have something really bad come through, that's the time for some intervention. But most of the time, you need to let your system be challenged so that it can adapt and stay strong. If you don't let it be challenged, it can't adapt as well. This is why before this pandemic, people were starting to figure out that using hand sanitizer was a bad idea because you were just over sterilizing, and you weren't getting as much challenge to your immune system to adapt. And so people were starting to shy away from hand sanitizer. Oh, fuck, they're slathering on now, aren't they? Don't use hand unless you really handled something nasty or something. Don't use hand sanitizer. Just don't. People are still getting flu shots. Yeah, I don't think they should. I mean, it's just. Good night, Jen. Non-GMO dating app. Batman says transportation and medical workers are non-exempt, and I heard that you can get a waiver for religious. Yeah. Well, I mean, we had a bunch of nurses quitting because they didn't want to take the vaccination. That should tell you something. That should tell you something. They know something's up. There's something wrong there. Look up the issue with the graphene oxide in the vaccination. Probably just got us banned mentioning that one. Graphene oxide in the injection. And then start asking yourself, why are people getting the injection? Some of them dying from blood clotting issues. Yeah. Genetically modified organism. I think he's referencing the use of genetic technology in the vaccinations. Timmy Boy says, last comment, taxpayers gave pharmaceutical companies, $100 million for research. Now they have made $475 million in profit and pay no tax. Oh, and that $100 million, thanks you pesky citizens. What the fuck? Yeah. 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 Can't trust that whole industry, man. Can't even trust the medical industry, hardly. I mean, sometimes, yeah, they'll set a broken bone. But most of my experience with them is I show up and they say, well, we got to give you some pills, some painkillers, some antibiotics, some whatever. And then they don't figure out what's wrong with me. I figure out what's wrong with me. Like what's actually causing, like they might figure, like when I was getting repeated staph infections. Okay, they figured out, okay, it's staph. But they did not figure out why I was getting repeated staph infections. I figured it out, and that's how it really stopped. And there's just been other issues over time where the doctors don't try to really, they only diagnose and then treat. They don't figure out, well, why is this person getting sick over and over again in this way? Now, maybe some of them do. I mean, there's good doctors out there, don't get me wrong. But my experience hasn't been too great. So it's to the point now where I don't even want to go. Like if I get ill, I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna figure out why I'm sick, and I'm now flu, whatever. You just muddle through the flu. Just take it. A cold, you just take it. Like I don't even take medicine unless it's really bad symptoms, because I want my body to be challenged and to get stronger as a result. I'm not going to get no flu shot. They can kiss my ass with their flu shots. And, I really don't. I'm really leery of letting them inject me with anything ever again, because they're coming up with some crazy shit to put in these injections. So I don't want them. I don't want them anywhere near me anymore. I'll treat myself. So unless I get in a wreck or something, then can't. Must have read his comment wrong. I thought he wanted to make a dating app for singles. He wants to make for singles who are not genetically modified. Sorry about Mom. What Lockbeard said, genetically modified organism. Uncle Bone says, I already have a date with Elsa. Thank you. Send you the video. Icon says, live free or die. Halito Vakyas. Halito chat. Hello, Icon. Welcome. You come in on the last minute, man. Miss T here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mrs. T. Jeff Harding's here. Welcome. And all you guys are showing up. I'm getting ready to shut her down. Donald Fuller, too. It took 12 years and a conversation at a doctor dinner party for my doctors to figure out I had a form of muscular dystrophy. Yeah. If you take the time to just get online and figure it out, a lot of times you can figure it out yourself. And it's funny, it's funny sometimes how you find out, but like there was a period of time when I was having a variety of symptoms. I don't know how much I want to go into this situation, but I ended up at the dentist. I ended up at the doctor. They were doing things to me. that I didn't want to go through or deal with. And anyway, the none of them figured out what the hell my problem was. They just, they just didn't. And then the dentist it was really like I was in pain, and I kept having infections, tooth infections, and it's connected to other stuff going. It was system wide. Something was going wrong, and but the tooth infections were part of it. I just didn't know they were connected to the other issues until later when I figured it out. But the doctors and the dentists didn't even really seem to try, as far as they just wanted to do their stuff, but they weren't. I feel like a lot of times, if they just ask the right questions, they can probably narrow it down and figure what it is. But the problem is in a lot of these situations is all I didn't need. The answer was for me to stop doing something that I was doing. It wasn't. There was no necessity to take drugs or come back and see the doctor anymore. If they just told me, if they figured out by questioning me enough to figure out, what was wrong. But the dentist, it was crazy because the dentist, they X-rayed or whatever, and they said, well, that's a wisdom tooth anyway, so we'll just go ahead and pull it. And they gave me some painkillers and some antibiotics and to kill the infection. But when he said that, I was like, what do you mean it's a wisdom tooth? I had all my wisdom teeth taken out 20 years ago. And he said, oh, it's just one of those things. Nah, dude, it's not just one of those things. But I was in pain and I wanted to stop, and I just said, look, go ahead, just yank the damn tooth and let's get me out of here. But I told him I had gotten infections in different parts of my mouth, and he just didn't have an answer for me. And of course with the doctors, it was more, the procedure they put me through, I didn't want to go through it. It was just anyway, the doctors didn't figure out anything, the dentist didn't figure out anything, and I just had I remembered something about I'd read somewhere, because I'd read a lot of health related stuff and involving sucralose, the artificial sweetener, and how it can jack you up because it'll screws up your gut biome and stuff like that. And anyway, it was sucralose. I was trying not to drink or eat anything with sugar in it. I was drinking a couple of protein shakes a day, that are sweetened with sucralose. I was consuming a pre-workout supplement sweetened with sucralose, and I was drinking 1 or 2 energy drinks a day, also sweetened with sucralose. So I was dosing up with sucralose and just wasn't even thinking about it. And and you look up sucralose, you see it has all these side effects. So I just stopped drinking it, and all my problems went away. A doctor could have asked me, like, what's a typical day of eating look like for you? What are you consuming? Didn't do that. He didn't do that at all. So my suggestion is people try to figure stuff out on their own, because a lot of times you don't need any pills. You don't need any doctor visit. What's different about your life that could be causing an issue you're having right now? You're about the jab? Yeah. I was listening to Ken and didn't get a notification. Oh, well, I didn't even know it was coming on, though. Hey, Locke and Jeff and Sandra. Hairy man, hoaxes and hoodwinks. Yeah, everybody came over here. Well, the people that were here at the beginning came over here from watching your show. Welcome. Dang, I was getting ready to shut her down, and then several people showed up. Feel bad about shutting her down, but I gotta get some sleep. Jeff Harding says, I did my son's 3-page physics test in 10 minutes on Google. Just try and you'll figure it out if you dig in the right places for the answers. Yeah. Still on this side of the turf, got to be doing something right. Yeah. Hiva says, Icon, I'm already dead. Not good to hear it. I'm already dead. What the hell? But good to hear it. Lester's come in. Yeah, welcome. She says, Jeff, I tried to donate $9.99 to outdo you, but my credit card on file was expired. Goes smooth without the meat bag. Life goes smooth without the meat bag. Jeff says, I accidentally hit the donate tab and then was like, fuck it. It's actually a pain in the ass. You on the ball today? Yeah. Yeah, if you're having gut issues or getting like infections or that stuff's toxic, you know. And I started drinking them again, but I wasn't drinking as many things with sucralose, but I broke myself of those again. So they're just not good for you. But yeah, if you're drinking them, you're definitely causing some chaos in your gut, even if you're not feeling issues. But always have headaches, feeling like crap daily. Yeah. Well, and it sucks because, you know, that's where I was getting my caffeine for the most part, was energy drinks. So if I stop drink, I got to get caffeine somewhere, because in the morning, you know, sometime in the mid morning, if I haven't had caffeine, I'll start getting a headache, and caffeine don't do a whole lot for me as far as energy goes. So I basically just take a caffeine pill in the morning to keep from getting a damn headache from caffeine withdrawals. But, you know, yeah, they're bad news. Lester says, old age hit me like a brick wall. Always hurting and always drinking energy drinks. Icon says, I can't stand energy drinks, not even Jaeger bombs. When I did drink, just give me the Jaeger and be done with it. Yeah. I couldn't stand Jaeger, man. I hate licorice, so naturally I hated Jaeger. Jeff says, sorry to hear that, Tessa. Hang in there. Yeah. Sorry, I missed your notification, Lockbeard. Keep up the good fight. Oh, it's okay. It was real spur of the moment. Because I kind of mentioned something over at Hairy Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks, towards the end of the chat, and Timmy said he wanted to talk to me about that issue a little bit. So I went ahead and started live after they were done to discuss that issue a little bit. Maybe too much, but anyway, so it was just, no big deal, just chatting. But I have got to wind it down, get up in the morning and do the thing. So thank you all for dropping in, and I'll see you the next time.